Sunday was one of the best coached games from DeMeco Ryans, and for a few reasons. One, as the player you just saw make the tackle, number 51, Azeez Al-Shaair, is playing at another level so far. So in this game, he had 3 tackles behind the line of scrimmage. He had 11 tackles altogether. He had the pass breakup. When he was in the game, the 49ers were dominant. The 49ers allowed 4.6 yards per play. Once he left at the end of the third quarter, everything went to hell. 49ers allowed 8 yards per play. So what I want to talk about is I want to talk about Azeez. I want to talk about D.J. Jones, some of the unheralded players on this defense, and then what makes DeMeco Ryans such a creative play caller and why I think he is coaching at a high level. So in the NFL nowadays, you go against Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow. You go against Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase. You go against an offense that has T. Higgins. It is not easy to play defense. So what is defense? It comes down to timely stops. You need your Jimmies and Joes to make plays, as we just highlighted. This player right here has made a ton of plays. Watch how he transports from one side of the field to the other. That's just speed. You can't teach that, and that type of effort will help and has helped this defense go a long way. The effort from D.J. Jones every week just jumps out. So watch this play. Watch him hustle down the line of scrimmage. Watch him fight to get over the top of blocks. It feels like if he's not there, that's probably a big play. Or at least a first down. Just pause it right here. Fred Warner's cut off. Josh Norman's going to have to fight an oncoming left tackle. Kjuan Williams is blocked. So, there's a crease here. And Jordan Willis is not going to be able to catch up to Mixon. You would think Mixon would be able to outrun the angle of a 300-pound nose tackle, but again, D.J. Jones saves plays. It's not the popular thing to say, but D.J. Jones gets held more than Nick Bosa. You only notice the times when Nick Bosa gets held, so we always talk about them, and we've come to expect him getting held. But this happens probably 2 to 3 times a game where this player right here beats his man, and eventually the offensive line holds him, and nothing happens. He doesn't get the call. As you can see, he has his arm around the stomach of D.J. Jones. Right here, look at this. This is a hold. You cannot do this. This never gets called. He is staring right at him. But again, we never talk about it because DJ doesn't have the production that Bosa has. And I'm not saying that Bosa doesn't deserve the calls. I'm saying we should probably focus just as much on these type of plays for DJ Jones. And imagine, and just highlighting Azeez, imagine if he would have, so right here, you can see he's looking at the oncoming receiver. He just wants a kill shot. He's thinking, I'm going to take him out. Imagine if he were to get his eyes toward the ball here. He accidentally hits it with his hands, but he doesn't mean to. Fred Warner's right behind it. Probably picks it. Who knows, but tough break all around. Should have been a penalty. Shouldn't even have to talk about that. Oh, Azeez, quote-unquote, broke up a pass on that play. As you can see, reads the play, makes a tackle in the backfield right here. He had a series in a row right here. So 3 plays in a row where he makes a play. Watch him just read. Ducks under a block. Makes an open field tackle against a very good player. And on the very next play, 2nd and 9, gets a stop. This time he reads the screen. So that motion away. Instead of chasing the linebacker right there, lets him go. Knows that's not my job. Doesn't fall for it. Just a really impressive player. So a lot of young guys here, once they see that motion or this guy going, they're naturally inclined to chase or to run with him. Why wouldn't you? Somebody's crossing your face, you're taught, don't let anybody cross your face. He lets him go, beats the lineman to the spot, and now it's 3rd and forever. Just fantastic play by a really good player who's on the up and up. And I thought DeMeco Ryans really did a nice job this game of playing cover 2, essentially hiding his cornerbacks. He knew his guys could not guard their guys. So what is he going to do? He's going to play cover 2. He's going to get in their face, going to make sure that there's safety help over the top. More than any other game this season, they've played cover 2, probably combined, and it was because he felt like he couldn't guard their receivers. On this play, Azeez ends up getting a pass breakup, but watch the coverage on the back end. More often than not, this is what the 49ers look like on defense. Of course, you're going to remember the deep bomb to Chase. You're going to remember, those explosive plays that happened and that brought the Bengals back in the game. But the coverage was pretty solid, all in all. And it was a lot of the reasons just because of this. So just watch 51 trigger on this ball. He's already heading towards him. He knows, like, that's my only threat, so I'm going to take that away. Relating to a receiver. Again, outstanding football IQ right here. Jars it loose. All right, this next play might be one of my favorite blitzes of the season from DeMeco Ryans. So it's third down. The Bengals are driving. The 49ers have to get off the field. I mentioned he's gone out of his way to play cover 2. So this is third down, and we know by now, if you've been watching any video or just watching any 49ers just play defense this season, you know on third down that he's going to bring pressure, and he's probably going to play man behind it. So instead of being hard-headed and playing man coverage against receivers that you are struggling to cover, he still runs cover 2, and this time he's going to bring what's called a simulated pressure, a creeper blitz, which just means they're going to rush 4, and instead of rushing 4 defensive linemen, he's going to bring somebody from the second level, which is Kjuan Williams in this instance, and he's the shark blitz is what they call it. He's going to blitz, and they're going to have Samson Ebukam drop off. So you have the first level defender, one of your defensive linemen, dropping off, and your second level defender rushing. So let's run the play, and you can watch it through. On the back end, they're going to shift to cover 2, and I want to talk about that. I want to talk about how they set up the protection to get a free runner with Kjuan Williams. Like, everything about this play is incredible. They set it up perfectly. Just let's watch it run through. So you see on the back end, you have a cover 2 shell. So normally when you play cover 2, it's just with your 2 high safeties. In this instance, here's how it works out for the 49ers. So you can see the little post snap rotation. You have Jaquiski Tart. This deep half, the cornerback rotates to the deep half. So cover 2, cornerback Amber Thomas, safety Jaquiski Tart. Jimmy Ward is going to be the strong hook defender. So instead of being the deep half player, Josh Norman stays in the flat. He is going to replace Kjuan Williams and be your strong hook defender. So essentially, if he runs any sort of route up the seam, Jimmy Ward is going to rob that. That's how it works on this side of the field. Fred Warner is going to be your middle of field defender, your weak hook defender, and then you have Samson Ebukam who's going to try to take away any short hot throw. And as he would be in position for this, as you can see, the pressure is there, so he has to spin out, doesn't even see what's going on. Talanoa Hufanga, to the top of the screen, is going to be your flat player. So much going on here. But again, like, this is the type of creativity that Ryans has been using, and it's really impressive. Okay, the reason that this works is because of the alignment up front. So, I mentioned creeper blitz. So they're going to have Kjuan Williams coming in the screen right here. The reason that this works, you're going to overload one side. So this is tight end. You have Nick Bosa, who, if you are smart, you are going to set your protection towards number 97. Samson Ebukam, Fred Warner. You walk Fred Warner up, so that means they have to slide their protection this way. So the Bengals are going to do a half slide. So 1, 2, 3. He's got to be responsible for the linebacker. He is responsible for Ebukam. He is responsible for Bosa, and naturally, Bosa is going to be chipped because defenses are never going to give him a one-on-one. So by doing that, by sending these 3 to block these 3, you now leave 2 on 2. What does that mean? That means he is responsible for the hot defender, which is Kjuan Williams. That is not going to end well for anybody. So again, just the alignment. Slides, 1, 2, 3, 2 on 2, you on you. Good luck. There's nothing that they can do there. Williams walks up late, times it late, so there's no way for Burrow to account for him before the snap. You can see the way that the Bengals go. He is looking this way, and now, because the Bengals goofed, they thought they were going to have even numbers. Now they have essentially 3 guys with their eyes on this one rusher on this side, and you leave Kjuan Williams unblocked. I want to just go back to the top so you can see everything play out, because this is a really fascinating play. And these are the plays I feel like we should be focusing on, and not, the rookie cornerback giving up a deep bomb to one of the best receivers in the NFL. See the coverage behind it. Everybody does their job, which the 49ers are really good at on defense when everybody does their job. Arden Key, Arik Armstead, Fred Warner, Samson Ebukam, Nick Bosa. So their defensive line allows them to be multiple and flexible like this as well. Helps have good players all around. All right, before we get out of here, I just want to highlight their good pass rushers because this is how the 49ers are winning. Nick Bosa, a little forklift technique here. He's just going to come up. Forklift, exactly what you think it sounds like. You're coming from the bottom up with your hands, as he always tends to do. His placement is about as good as it gets in the NFL. You can see he's going to take away elbow, wrist, little stab to the chest, rip through, sack. And I think the best part about this, and the best part about most Bosa sacks, are that somebody else is going to be in the backfield with him. As you can see, Arik Armstead is right there. He was so close to a few sacks this game as well. Armstead's not getting the credit because he doesn't have the production, but as you'll see on this next play, he's pretty good. All right, so just watch Armstead. Last play. This person right here. Somebody is going to win up front. That somebody has been Armstead a lot. He just bowls over guards. They should have probably been playing him inside earlier because a lot of his matchups are like this, where he's just way too athletic, way too big, way too strong. And Burrow's able to check it down, and there's nobody home to make a tackle, but I want to focus on number 91 making a play because that's a powerful human right there. So the Falcons don't have a good offensive line. The 49ers should be able to overwhelm them. Should be a big day for the defense and the defensive line. Cannot wait. And I really thought they played a lot better than the scoreboard reflected just because of those big plays. But, I mean, I think Ambry Thomas will be fine moving forward. Watch this play right here. Like, this is a prime example. So everybody thinks that he was burnt toast all game. You could not have played this any better. So he's in trail technique to the top of the screen. It's okay if he gets a step on you. So why? Because you have help over the top. So he's protecting his inside right now. He's on the low hip and inside shoulder. This is doing exactly what you are supposed to do. Sometimes good offense beats good defense. Actually, all of the time, good offense beats good defense. The throw is on time. Burrow just gives his guy a shot. This is why he's aggressive, and this is why he is a good player. T. Higgins is also very, very good. Like just a split second there. Split second late, and Thomas makes that play. But again, this is his first time ever stepping onto a field in meaningful snaps in a regular season game. So, look at that. You tell me if you are upset about this type of coverage, because a lot of his targets look like this, and even non-targets, he did a good job of getting a hand in the face, just being in position. So, I came away thinking that Thomas is actually going to be a lot better than we might have thought. So maybe sitting him this entire time and just allowing him to learn. He didn't play last year. You have to understand that. So it was always going to take some time. But I'm fascinated to see what Thomas looks like against a team like the Falcons, who you don't really have the type of receivers that the Bengals do.